I got a confirmation, at least that's how I feel, about the inkling that I had concerning of this Super Bowl halftime show, which I didn't watch the game. I didn't even watch this halftime show. This is just stuff that popped up in my feed that made my brain go somewhere. But anyway, hi, what have you done for love today? Anywho, so someone on, I think it was on Twitter or whatever, they posted a screenshot and said this Villa's tacos. This Villa is a reference to the Pancho Villa invasion. Pancho Villa led roughly 500 fighters in a cross-border raid in Columbus, New Mexico, killing 17 Americans. And so the person was saying is that this is like predictive programming of Mexico invading America, which, you know, very likely could be. I think we are going to have trouble from the South, just like they showed in the movie Red Dawn, coming through the Latin American countries. But anyway, that's not where I'm at with this, while it could be. But for whatever reason, whenever that person pointed this out and said the word invasion, my mind immediately went to signs, aliens, right? Because that's what the crop circles always show up in these fields, right? And it's funny because leading up to this, I had been watching a couple, like two Shyamalan movies back to back. One was Unbreakable, which I haven't seen in a while. And that's all, that movie is all about the twins, man. That is a twin flame movie. The very end of the movie specifically, might as well, he should have just said we're twins. But I watched that and then The Visit, right? And they're both Shyamalan movies. I like that movie. It's decent. Which is the guy that made this. And so I just thought it was funny because that's just where my mind went. And then over the weekend, so one weekend after this Super Bowl, Obama, oh, aliens are real. And he goes out on a New York Post, I think it was some New York Post interview, and says the aliens are real, but he don't know where they are, or some shit like that. And I just feel like this is confirmation. And don't forget they have, I don't even know the name of it. Is it just Disclosure? I don't know. There's some huge Steven Spielberg alien movie. They even did some big thing on, Disclosure Day, June 12th, 2026. They even did some huge, like, Times Square, weird alien propaganda, advertisement for it. And so I'm just, for funsies, going to throw a timetable out there. I think sometime in 2027, maybe real late, because I just think it's a little tacky if they pulled something right around this movie release. And so maybe at the end of the year, because 6 months after this, 6 months might as well be 60 years. So 6 months after this maybe seems like a more realistic time frame. But I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm going to say sometime very late 2026, sometime in 2027, there's going to be some worldwide broadcast. What was that weird alien thing? And the internet's just kind of like almost with the drones on the East Coast, that were flying up and down, and everybody thought there was UFOs, and then it turns out that really seemed like they were just looking for radiation nucleotide emissions, for some kind of nuclear weapon that may be lost or have supposedly been reported to be on the East Coast somewhere. But anyway, it's going to get the world's attention like that did. And everybody's going to go, what is this? What was that? No real answers. And then I would think sometime between 2030 and 2033 is when they will be fully revealed. So there's a fun timetable. Let's see what happens. I just thought that was an odd confirmation for my mind to go there, and a week later you have Clown Shoe come out and say, oh, aliens are real. Yeah, right. Get out of here, man.